Hello, hello. All right, let's get started. As always, I'm going to go ahead and set the intention that this video and message is going to find the right people so that they're going to have that moment of aha, that moment of clarity, where they know that this recording came into their space as a message from their divine guidance team, and that I'm operating as a channel to bring them this message, to bring that clarity. I set the intention that the viewer will know within moments that this video is for them, that this reading is for them, and that it was designed to give them the clarity for their situation that they needed, for their highest good, and for the space that they are currently in across all time, spaces, and dimensions. I'm going to clear and connect with the deck with some light language. Sihandia Surya Barana Halana Yati Siahun Orianda Seria Torianda Teyandi Yuhun Bade. Okay, let's see what we have. Let's see what this message is for today. What are we working with? What does the divine have for the collective, for their highest good, for today, pertaining to relationships, for their situation, so that we can help them move through it with grace, ease, and expansion. Okay. So we have some, we've got somebody going through quite an inner transformation. Looks like they are resisting this a little bit. Let's see here, what's going on with this? They're very worried. They're very worried about this. Something is shifting and changing in their reality. There we go. Okay. So this, and I want to apologize. I look around when I receive messages. So when I'm looking, I'm kind of asking for clarity, guidance on these things. So whatever's happening with this situation is kind of guiding this person into their purpose, into their soul's purpose, but it has not been an easy journey. What I'm getting with this, whoever this is that we're dealing with, this could be, usually I say it's kind of like whoever's most on your mind, okay? So if this is a family member, if this is the partner or potential partner, separated partner, friend, someone, or this could be the viewer, okay? So we've got someone who's going through some type of inner personal growth, but I feel like they're kind of resisting this. Whatever is happening with this, it's causing a lot of, I don't know if anyone else has been having like weird dreams lately. I have. For this energy, Nine of Swords, I mean, that kind of represents like nightmares sometimes, like really like depression, anxiety, this kind of energy. Personally, I haven't had nightmares. I've just had some weird dreams. So there's something going on here with this person's transformation that it's like really stressing them out, but it's designed to kind of force them into balance. Okay, so I have the Death card reversed. So this is that kind of like inner transformation, the ending of something. Usually the Death card means rebirth, but reverse, it's going to mean death. Or it could be some type of inner transformation. Nine of Swords, this is that really heavy energy of depression, anxiety, the nightmares. And then Temperance, this is patience, finding balance within oneself. So it's like what I'm getting from this, yeah, I'm getting the chills, the confirmation, is someone's going through an ego death, and they're having to really kind of, they're having to really face like how they've been showing up, what this has been creating in their reality, in order to find this new balanced version of themselves. So whoever we're dealing with here, if it's the viewer, there's some pretty heavy energy here. That's what I'm getting. So we've got someone going through this, maybe like dark night of the soul. Let's get some clarity. Spirit, show me some clarity on this situation so that we can make sure that the viewer is really, really clear on yeah, whatever's happening with this Death card, the ego death, this is really, it's connected to like that inner knowing of the High Priestess here, clarifying that. So that intuition, yeah, it's like they're being forced into this change, or whatever is happening with this super depressive. It's like what I really feel like is this person, it's like they're finally seeing clearly about how they've been showing up, and they're having a really hard time with it. It's like some kind of veil was taken, is what I'm getting from this, what I'm receiving. It's like some veil, yeah, it's confirmation. The veil was like something happened and it pulled it back, and now they're really recognizing like how they were showing up in a situation, and it's really they're having a really, really hard time with it, a really hard time with it. This is set up though for this massive transformation that they're going through. I do feel like there's a little bit of resistance here because they're really not wanting to have to look at this. Okay, they're really not wanting to have to be honest with themselves about how they were showing up and how it was affecting others around them, is what I'm receiving. So they're kind of resisting it. They're not really wanting to have to acknowledge it, but it's kind of like, it's like, this is where we are. They're being kind of forced into it. Yeah, ugh. With this Temperance card, finding that, like that inner purpose, that balance, is the Tower. So we've got this person who's finding this, this inner balance, this sense of purpose, this renewed sense of purpose, this, it's like they're going through a spiritual awakening. And this is like dark night of the soul energy right here. So this could be, again, any loved one, any person who is in your life that you're thinking about, but somebody definitely had a major activation, okay? There was a major activation that happened here. This is what this kind of like death of the ego to connect more with the intuition, creating these really putting someone in their headspace. They're very stressed over this. They're having a really hard time with it. They're not wanting to confront it, but it's like, it's here now. And it's for this almost like, just this transition, this change into this more like balanced version of themselves. And it came in, pretty quickly. I mean, the Tower card does mean sometimes like an awakening. And so this is like, they got, what I'm getting is like they got hit with like a lightning bolt. So this is, somebody is in a rough space mentally because they're in this ego death, this awakening. So let's see what happened. What created this? What caused this dark night of the soul, this awakening to come in? Let's get really clear for the viewer, please, so that they can have that confirmation that this is for them. Okay, this is interesting. So we had somebody who was like really excited about something. So something was coming in that they were very, very like enthusiastic. I got a Page of Wands and a Page of Cups. Like these are like kind of that emotional immaturity, very curious, excited, enthusiastic. So something came in that created a scenario, Two of Swords reversed. It created a scenario where they became very stuck. They became very confused. They weren't sure what to do, how to move forward with this. So it was kind of like what I'm getting is it's almost like someone was forced into a corner so that they have to start really getting honest with themselves. This is somebody who is resisting accountability, resisting change is what I'm getting. Somebody who was really kind of, what I'm getting is the word blasé. Like they were going through life, again, like not really with a lot of accountability, probably making a lot of like unilateral decisions, feeling very stuck in their independence. So we might be dealing with an overactive archetype, masculine or feminine, someone just kind of like, you know, like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I like used to this energy, and then something presented itself. So it might have been like a new relationship that presented itself, new job. We'll get more clarity here, but whatever happened here really kind of had to force them into a space of getting real with themselves is what I'm getting from this. Yeah, so we had this, we had somebody who, it's like they weren't really realizing that they were, what I get from this is like, this was somebody who thought they kind of had it all together, but they had to kind of have this moment of realization where it was like, dude, you don't know. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know, like just somebody who, and it's not even, I'm not really getting a lot of necessarily like arrogance, maybe a little for some, but I'm not getting that as like a heavy overall. So it's like some definitely overactive archetypes would have had some arrogance here. Underactives would have just kind of been that like passive, if it's a man, like more emasculated, just going with the flow kind of energy. So those underactive archetypes, you know, they have that more passive, emasculated energy for the masculines, and then that kind of victim mentality for the feminines. So this kind of like, let's just see what happens. Let's just go with this. It created almost like a situation like forcing them to realize they needed to have more like self-discipline. They were being, I'm getting the word impulsive, just kind of like used to being able to do whatever they wanted to do. So maybe this was somebody who was single, or they were in some type of partnership, but they never really were like accountable to their partner, and they were used to just kind of doing whatever they wanted to do. That's the energy that I'm getting from that. Okay. And so they got excited because an opportunity presented itself to connect with the Queen of Cups reversed. So I feel like they made a connection here, okay? This is what I feel like happened. Something, again, it doesn't have to be like with a person, but something happened where they had to start getting really honest with themselves, because it was a new opportunity. So something was a new opportunity, but it forced them into having to get real with themselves about how they were really feeling. There could have even been some codependency. What I feel like is this person was codependent, but they had like tricked themselves into thinking they weren't because they were trying to exercise this toxic independency. So it's like really kind of this weird confused energy where it's like, I'm super hyper independent. I don't need anybody. But then when someone would come in, emotionally connected with this person, they were very much like, like dragon archetype. Dragon archetype has a lot of that hot and cold where it's like, that saying, I don't want to go into what that is, but we'll just go there, that, like, I hate you, don't leave me kind of energy. Or, you know, if we've got a peacock, it's more of that kind of vibe of, you trigger me so much because I'm super insecure and haven't processed and dealt with my inner stuff. So anytime you trigger me, I need you to be like available right now to like fix it and make me feel better. Like that kind of energy. The snake presenting in a way of just having to control every aspect of a relationship, because that's what makes them feel safe. So like there was some type of energy here of they were excited about this new opportunity, but they had to have this like aha moment of how they were showing up with this other person, like thinking that they were super hyper independent, but it was like they realized that they weren't. It's like that independence is something that they had felt made them stronger, made them like this, like, you know, I've got everything figured out, I've got this together. And then it was like they realized how, almost like how toxic that was, where it was like they've been fooling themselves that they were independent, when in reality there's still this like need for almost like a codependency, a need for control, a need for like insecure attachment or avoidant attachment, like something out of balance. It's like they thought that they were, I don't know, I just really get the feeling that this is somebody that they felt like they were good, and something happened with this that made them realize like, oh, ooh. So the Hangman reversed is clarifying this Two of Swords reversed. So whatever happened with the situation, and like really what I'm getting is almost like a circuit overload. Okay, so it's like a computer when it's like they've got one program in their mind and they're running on it hard, and then it's like all of a sudden something comes in that like makes them have to reevaluate their reality, is what I'm getting. And so like this Hangman here, because you know, Hangman is like looking at things from a different perspective, but it was like it overloaded them so much that they just froze. They froze is what I'm getting. So it's like, again, like a computer, right? That's what I'm being shown, is like the computer, it was like this contradictory information was flooding through their brain so severely that it short-circuited, it like overloaded it shut down, like the computer froze, if this makes sense. So it's like they just couldn't do anything. They just shut down. Is what I get from this. So we have this person who is going through a dark night of the soul. They had this massive awakening, and this is what caused it. So some situation, something new came in, and it forced them into having to recognize that who they thought they were, where they thought they were, was completely, what I'm getting, I hate to use this word, but it was like delusional, where it was just like completely not true. It was just not the case at all, is what I get from this. Okay, so what's going on with this person now? Like, we know that they're going through this awakening. We know what happened to trigger the awakening. So how are they doing? How are they doing right now? What is their current energy, Spirit? What is this person's current energy that we're dealing with? That's my timer, so I don't get like way I'll do these for like over an hour if I don't keep myself in check. Okay, so they're moving into an energy of feeling, I mean, I get more codependence here. The Empress in reverse, it's kind of like not being in that energy, maybe having like a, again, like a blockage. Six of Wands. Oh, don't do that. I like these cards a lot, but they get really slippery and they want to get away from me sometimes. Yeah, so whatever is going on with them right now, they have had this, it's interesting. They've had this energy of, what I'm getting is feeling very shut off. They're feeling very shut off. It's making them feel like really insecure, very disconnected, almost like embarrassed. Six of Wands reverse. So it's like this, they don't know who they are. High Priestess, we got intuition, like kind of our inner knowing. It's like they don't even know who they are anymore. They're super confused is where they are right now with this in their headspace. This is very common, right? For Dark Night of the Soul. Dark Night of the Soul is hard, right? Like, let's not diminish that at all. Dark Night of the Soul is freaking brutal. Like, we go through, it's like a complete dismantling of self, of this illusion of who we are. It's like just a complete breakdown of it. And this is kind of where they are, where it's like they don't even know who they are. They feel very confused. They're still kind of caught between ego and their intuition, is what I feel from this. It's like, goodness. I mean, that's rough. For those of us that have already gone through that, that's hard, man. It is a very humbling experience. That's usually the time when like it feels like your whole freaking life is just falling apart. It's like everything. And that's usually what happens. And that's normal, okay? So whoever is watching this, if you see this and this is the space that you're in, I want you to know that this is normal, okay? Like, you're not alone in this. It will get better. But we have to remember that it's like we go through these moments. We have these activations from a karmic, a soulmate, twin flame, where it like wakes us up. And it's like suddenly stuff starts becoming very, very clear. And we're realizing that all these other ways that we've been living our life and all these other ideas of ourselves, they don't fit anymore. So this is a time when like there's usually some kind of massive upheaval that's going on. We had the Tower card earlier, so it's like big financial stresses usually come up, job changes, divorces, you name it. I mean, this is like kind of like when people just feel like they're coming at rock bottom. Okay, so if we're wanting a firm foundation to build on, that is a great place to start. And that's what that dark night of the soul energy does. It just dismantles everything that was no longer serving that soul purpose. And that's what we were looking at earlier, right? We had the temperance, which does mean like soul purpose. So it's like just obliterating it. Yeah, here's that reversed death card again. So they're going through this. I feel like there is a little bit of resistance, which, I mean, let's have some grace. Let's be honest. Who's not going to resist that? Especially if they're not conscious of what's really happening. I will say again, if you as the viewer are the person going through this, I'm telling you, the sooner you just lean in and let that stuff go that's ready to move out, the faster it will resolve itself. But the more you fight, the more you stay in that ego energy and try to fight and like make it all, like try to keep it or whatever, like just let it go. The faster you do that, the faster it resolves. I will say the Four of Cups here with the Six of Wands, this like kind of ego energy, this embarrassment that's coming in here. There is an opportunity, right, for them to start having some, like, to kind of reevaluate. There's this energy. It's funny, this card, what's being pointed out to me is like, dude is like sitting there pouting, okay? It's having a little mantrum, is what I call them when men have their adult man tantrums. They're mantrums, okay? So he's sitting there pouting, having his mantrum, and it's like Spirit is trying. It's like, I have something for you, but it's kind of like when we think about the kids when they, I don't know anyone else has children, but you know, they, no, I don't want it, right? And you're like, well, we can do this instead. It's actually something that they really do want, but it's like, I've got to really stick in this ego energy. I've really got to like see this tantrum through. No, I don't want it, right? It's like that kind of energy that I'm feeling here. It's like so stubborn, so committed to ego, where it's like you're actually being presented a gift here with this situation, but until you're willing to actually see it that way, you're gonna be kind of stuck, is what I feel from this. Okay, there's definitely some hope. Yeah, I mean, this again, like hope, spirituality, this purpose, and the Star card. So it's like this is all designed for them to step into this High Priestess, more spiritual, awakened version of themselves. Okay, all right. So this is who we're dealing with. This is where we are with this situation. I always hate ending these so abruptly, but again, I don't want these to be like 3 hours long. That's just ridiculous. Okay, so I'm gonna move into the extended on this one. I want to get a little bit more of a feel for exactly who this is in our life. What's kind of moving through them with this situation? Like, how are they doing with this? Will there be, I want to know if this is someone, if there's a separation in this situation and there will be a reconciliation, or if this is someone that is in your life, but you're kind of having to witness and watch them struggle. Get some clarity on that, see where this takes us, okay? If you want to watch the extended, that's going to be over in my VIP group, The Collective. send that personal group there, or private group, not personal, private group for those extended readings. And those ones too, the viewers who are on there live are able to ask questions, and if I can tap into the energy, I will for them for that. And yeah, if you watch the replay for this on YouTube, then if you would like access to being able to watch the lives, the link for that is down below that group, my free community. And then if you want to be able to watch the extendeds, the link to join my membership is there as well. If you want to book your own reading, you can do so there as well. And there's some other goodies down there, so make sure to just read the caption, check that all out. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. Sorry to leave kind of on a little cliffhanger, but not so much. I feel like we kind of wrap this up a little bit. But yeah, I'll see you over in the extended. Okay, thank you. Bye.